Is everything okay yet? So just a quick question: if anyone have done the homework yet? So I need you guys to update your. Oh no, here. Update first. Update your team, and then we will kind of co-host and then help the team to organize with the mentor. So please do it, and I will try to push everyone to register and to start to working on this. And yeah, that's all. So thank you everyone for being here today. And today we have on our mentor, Miss Zang Imoto. And Zang, can you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Hey, can you guys hear me well? Just my check.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes. Very good.
okay, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, like, GM everyone. I guess like it can be like afternoon, morning for any of you. So yeah, thanks, Ipo and Underdog, just like having me here today. I am Zhang. I mean, as most people know, it's Zhang Immortal. So I'm the co-founder and producer of Underworld trading card game on Solana. Um, I mean, the purpose of today, I guess, is more like having a stage for me to get to know all of you, all the like participants of the hackathon here. Um, just to know like what am I doing and what you guys doing as well. So for the future or in the at least like in the hackathon time frame, anything I can help with, very down to support as well. So I think pretty much that. I leave the Ipo to give more information, and then we can continue the conversation. Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys check out our Meet the Mentor channel, you can read some brief description on Zang. And if you want to ask questions, just create a thread and just create a thread on that like introduction and ask her if you feel like whatever problem you have that she can help. And same with the all the other mentor. And now the idea of like right now today we just introducing, and this week we'll introduce you to the mentor and what like they can provide. And there are some podcasts on X that you can also see. And so let's try. So Tony, Kayaba or Gamofor, like if you have any question or anything you need, just ask in the Discord. So now my first question for Zhang is like, what would you say is your greatest strength as a game developer, or like when you are in a flow state, what are you doing? Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, before answering the questions, I think Ipo just mentioned in the Meet the Mentors channel. So I think I just post some brief info about me like a few hours ago, so you can hop on there just to have a look of like my background and my strength. So just to summing up again, I what so I mean in general, I also actually like a first time like game developer as well. We've been doing for like more than 3 years, pretty much like from the ground up, with like I mean like zero knowledge on like game development ever before, but only like software development because we in like software industry and doing apps, IoT hardware, software for like more than 10 years. So that's what how like me and my team started doing the game. So I mean sharing this so you know that it's not like an easy journey for sure. For the one who don't have like a previous knowledge. Um, and at the same time, I think it's also encourage people who like even don't have any like background. We can all like start from somewhere. At least any part of the game development process. We can all contribute. Either you are dev, either you are artist, or even you just like even marketing, or it's just like you love building games and making people fun, have good time. Then it's good. So yeah, just to summing up that again. I think back to the question of Igbo, like the question was like on my strengths and as a
Uh,
game dev, right? Strength and weaknesses. Sorry.
or trying first, or like when you're in flow stage, like when you're in the flow, like what you usually do in your flow, like coding or like writing story or designing. So what is like you feel like get into the flow easiest?
Mm, I see. I see. So oh well, I also like just following in the chat now. I see like Gambler for Studio saying like you already play Underground. Which is happy to hear that. So I would say that like I mean sharing again, my background is not anything related to dev development at all. So my co-founder is actually like a tech, and I'm in charge of everything else like beside the tech. So I would like to share more about like game development like process or like the journey. It's I'm not really sure what exactly you have to say here, but I will share more about like personal journey or like how my team actually like kickstart. So how we did it very simple with like I mean, most of you already know like we're doing underground like TCG, so trading card game. So easiest way we just did was like having a rough gameplay. Then we just like cutting cards, like paper cards, writing the rules through the Excel file, and then just like write everything in the card, and then we can easily simulate how the gameplay that we think about, and then we can play it together with friends. So that's how we started, and I think that's kind of part of the. I mean, it's more like you actually don't really know what exactly like what's the first part you have to do. Either it's an art, either it's a gameplay design, either it has to be like even character development, all these. So we just do it um, pretty much like just do it, and then you figure out along the way. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean pretty much that I would say so. And then just like going with the flow, and then like you slowly figure out okay what other thing you needed to do, and then at the same time like um watching other postcard, watching other like game development have like more experience people will also like help you like how to like slowly get involved and navigate what's the next thing to do or next right thing to do to keep going. So yeah, it's
Okay.
probably not really 100% answer your question, but I think it's a good start too. Yeah.
Okay, so I can understand it as uh, organizing or managing project.
Yeah, I mean, like more like coordinating, I would say, because we started as like three people at first, like a dev, like and a designer and me. So we're more like coordinating, like helping how to like cracking info from the dev and the game designer, and
Okay.
how to like make these into like step by step like game development process. So yeah, that's pretty much like what I would do, and the creation and all the creative like art direction that like let's say we do this game genre, we choose this like phase of the time, this type of art. So what art is like represent these? So yeah, I mean like more like a coordination and like project like management in a way.
Okay. So we can confronting the shadow. So what is a part of that like when starting out like that? Like what is a part that you struggle the most, and what you keep you at night about this project under RAM?
Um,
Something you just do like over and over again and it's not working as expected, and
mm, um, well, in my case, I mean, I remember like BK share the last like week on the mentor, or a few days ago actually. So I would say that. um, I mean, firstly, like on personal perspective. So personal perspective, like since I'm not like deaf, so or like game like designer from the beginning, and not also like an artist myself as well. So it's kind of at first to like really navigate like all the information from teams expectation and what they actually have in mind, and actually like understand how it is bring it to an actual game. Also, not that easy from day one. Secondly, is like something uh, I would say from the beginning is like we not just focus on like game development, but we also very like much like care and pay attention to how to distribute this, how to distribute the game, how the market is like seeing it, both like in traditional trading card game market, um, or turn-based market strategy genre, and at the same time like Web3 um, Web3 like TCG or Web3 gaming, or even like we think Solana seems like we chose Solana as the first blockchain we want to do at first. So um, not just game development, but also like have to do like research and like marketing and how we kind of market like the game from the day one. That is also another challenging that we have. Um, at the same time, that's also like something to even till today after like 3 years ish. I think that's not something that have the entire answer, like how to like bring this one um, like really further, and then like how to like market like perfectly and then polishly like introduce us as a brand as a game, and then how to like make people get addicted or understand the game very easy. So I think an entire at least like on me and my teams right now, the one of the challenging, I think, which is pretty much the same with other like game studio, and a lot like solo indie or like solo game dev is also like on distributing part. That keep like have to face challenge of like try to do a bunch of like different campaign, different ideas, and then this work, this doesn't work, and then we have to revise it again, check the data. So this is something that I think is challenging, but also like it's very important from the day one. Beside like game development itself, so yeah, you don't have to like start from the very beginning, but at least you have the thoughts of like you need so that's something very important and you need to care from the day one.
Okay, thank you. So I think like for the everyone that listening, so uh, definitely like Zhang background is like not technical, uh, and so like if you so there are a lot of talent in this Discord that they are not like a technical background as well, and they have
Mm,
like good idea on gaming, and they very good with game design, and they written like beautiful like document and stuff. So maybe if you guys like interested, like going further with your ideas, and I think like Zhang would be like the fit as your mentor. Uh, and there, I think like CI, she's also like the game designer, Web3, and Sayu in Discord. She's also very smart, like,
mm,
and so that's some like people, but they are not watching right now, unfortunately. But I
mm.
will, wake them up and then connect them and fi- and and
Yeah,
bring them to you. Uh,
yeah. I mean, like beside like um, game dev in general, but I think at least like the areas that I focus for the past like 10 years is more like on the like users experience, like building an app or like whatever product, which I also like include games into like how you make the user journey of the users like make sense to what you actually want to build, and is it like and when you see the product or even the gameplay that you're actually describing, is it like reflect in the gameplay or the game like experience as well. So all of these like product design, UX UI, branding, um, or like how to actually like package the game or like package like the product phases is also very important, because otherwise, I mean, not just game but even like product in general, it might be very easy for you to like just keep seeing the flaws or like the flaws of your own product or your own game, so that makes you not being able to actually like packaging it and release it and actually like send it to the public for either like opinion like feedbacks as fast as you can, and that's also like my previous mistake as well. And And even like it's still here by today because I mean it's your own product, so you have a lot of like expectation and you want to polish this before like everyone to see it. But my way to see is like I can help to like see what you actually wanted to build, and what is the timeline that you have, and then what is the right time for you to packaging. Maybe like there's a lot of things on the table, and maybe you can choose like let's say three per like let's say 10 of all the items that you want, and this is the most important thing that have the core or unique values to your own product or your game that you should like focus on first before like doing everything else. So if you want or if you need like extra like eyes to watch on those, happy to help as well.
Okay, I think like another thing for like the mentees that want to ask for Zhang is like if you are strong on technical but like you are bad with coordination and management, and then you also should like get some insight from Zhang as well. Uh, so mm, so what is like your advice to like someone because we do have like some good game designer here, and
Mhm.
what is your advice for them, like even though they only like do it at hobby. So because I talked to a couple girl here, and she only do it like as a writing hobby, and then
Mhm.
now like to moving forward, what do you like advise them?
Are they part of like the team joining, or are they more like a
Solo.
like individual joining?
So one of the girl like she wrote the Sylvie the Dragon. She got a YouTube channel, and now she's like trying to I think try to start her own game jam and stuff. She's not here watching now, but like, I can
Mhm.
still connect with her and stuff. But what would like you would like tell her like to moving forward with like what is a good direction? What is a mistake to avoid? What's
So, sorry to ask again. So she is now like a writer, like a writer or like game designer
uh
as a hobby.
yes. So there are
Okay.
some couple people like that in this Discord.
hmm And they want to become like a full-time game developer, not just like that. I mean, but more like an actual like pursue as a full-time job. You mean
Uh,
before I'm giving like advice or like I want to just
let's just
understand more.
assume that. Let's just assume that because obviously they do
Mhm.
it as a hobby, so like there's no clear direction for the future.
I see.
So let's just
Um,
assume that like they want to have a studio.
Right. Well, I think to be honest, I'm not sure like I'm in a good position to give the advice for this. And also like different people will have like different perspective and the context of each one is different. Um, but and actually like I've been seeing this a lot in a lot of like forums. I mean, at least for Vietnam, we have like a lot of Facebook group for indie games or like games like job in general. So a lot of people and we used to interview like a game designer as well, as a part time hobby, and they want to pursue like this game career path more like professionally and more like a full time, because like that is one step. Also, like starting game studio is also like a whole different, like I would say like step or like a path as well. Um, so, firstly, I would say that interesting. Okay, game designer. Um, I think a lot of game designer like actually like struggle from how I see it. Or the like blog sharing or like the people who we interview before is they it's I would treat them more like how to say we think like a game industry or like game company like a game designer. Sometimes I would treat them more like a marketing people or like the people who um, graduate from the business school. Um, how why the reason why I say this is more like because game designer they need someone to let's say they be able to write a gameplay or like a game design mechanics, but they not if they don't have like any like depth resource or they don't know like who to help like make this happen. So they just have an idea and they have no idea like if that like looks like in real life. Um, So it's pretty much like challenging for them to like decide what to pursue and how to pursue this as a professional job, because it's also very hard to predict or even like how to say like evaluate like if they're a good game designer or not. Um, so I would say like um, I think at least nowadays it's way easier, or like a little easier when we have like a lot more AI tools that can help simulate anything that you want without like coding knowledge. So I think this is one of the good um, era to try to like test your skill if you really just have an idea and you just want to test how it goes. So I think that's part of the way that that they can do. Um, and at the same time, right, I used to read this about like a game designer and how they started is they love some games and they do see some improvement room for some game that they love. So they actually like write like some gameplay design, like gameplay like mechanics proposed and send to the game development team, and they actually got like very much like um, interest from the game developer, like a team or game studio who's developed that. So it actually helps that person, and finally, like they actually land a job as a game designer at that studio. So I think there's few ways to do. I actually am not like game designer, like designer myself from the beginning. So this is I'm more like sharing the perspective of like what you can do for like these type of profile. So yeah.
Okay, I think that's very helpful advice. Uh, I'm curious on the you mentioned the game design as a business. Can you elaborate more on that? Because as in Vietnam market or like global market, like
Mm. Um, Okay, what I mean was, let me elaborate this a little bit clearer. Because actually, sometimes this comes from my case as well. Because my major in uni for bachelor was international business management, so it's more like a generic whatever like business. So I didn't have like a specialties or like expertise that I'm good at one thing. Let's say like a lot of my friends was like studying finance, so they graduate, they work as an accountant, or I mean, very straightforward, right? We have a software engineer, so they graduate or they just learn these expertise and then they just focus on that path. The reason why I say sometimes like the game designer is like the business person or the business like graduate like people is actually you don't really have an expertise yet. It's not especially like it's not just saying okay I'm a good marketer or I'm a good designer without a product or a company or a project like back behind you, or more like you already like put the game designer into a game, either from the beginning or either like why it is developed. And for the marketer or for the business person as well, like you marketing, so it's hard to say that you are good like a business graduate, or like a good marketer, without saying that you have contributed like to a project and makes it to like XYZ stage. So that's my own perspective on seeing how, and the reason why I saying that this is pretty much like the same kind of area. So it's very hard for this group to actually like start it as a first career and really navigate how to like do the first thing. So choose something unique that you like personally, expand horizontal, and then like slowly discover and like slowly get you involved into a project that you can really say that okay I'm a good designer, or I'm a good like marketer. I used to also see like a lot of people just like comment even on thread on games. They think this mechanic is not great, and here they propose, and then even a lot of other community just agree with that. So I think even that like a small conversation on the internet on a specific forum, which is also part of like show how your thought process and how your expertise or how you think as a game designer, to make sure that that game can be different. I'm not sure I sound like clear to you, but at least this is how I see it. And the solution is always like it's okay to be generic at first, or not having a product or project back to represent your skills at first, but you gotta find some like strategy for you to like slowly um, help you like put into your expertise like one by one.
Mm.
But you have to like keep doing it and gradually, and once like time flies and you keep doing it, and then you have more things than you actually know. So just be patient, but like keep doing it.
Okay, I see. I kind of have a better picture of like how everything organized and how everything work for you. So I think management is definitely an expertise by itself. So I do have a question like, so when you have management and then you organize, like you need to go deep into each area step by step, something
Mhm.
like that. Okay, so what expertise like you feel like most difficult to learn or get into, and which one is like the easiest one to like master or like to it's just feel natural for you?
So you're asking for like a management or like coordination people perspective, right? How to like make people work together. I guess that's the question.
Uh, Kind of not really. Uh, I think like for example, like when you say you are like watching YouTube on game design, was that feel
Mm-hmm.
easy for you? Like or when you like talking to technical people and you kind of try to sync up and how this design can match up with the code, was that easy or was that difficult or there was some like a
I see.
conflict and you misunderstand something like that?
Mm, got you. Well, I mean, that's pretty much a good question. And I used to have like a lot of friends ask the same question as well. So to me, I think a bit fortunate for me was I before like doing game, I've been doing or like working in tech industry and working a lot with like that in very close because I'm more like a marketer, product designer, or like a business management, like the entire make sure like the project is done well. So because of that, I did have like some um, not how to put it, but like I don't have like really coding expertise, but I know like how the dev works, and it's really different from like if you actually have the projects like the commercial like projects, apps, games when you're done. So you the more you interact with them, you actually like you know more like, things you need to deal with, and it's not just about like you need to know like technical terms, but it's more like um, that technical aspect is the conversation that you have is contribute for what? Let's say it's not about like log in whatever flow, whatever tools or like whatever backend, but let's say like you want the users be able to like sign in and finish logging in, let's say within 5 seconds or no more later than 10 seconds. So um, you just need to really like see it from the business standpoint and then share that with the developer or like have that kind of like conversation so the developers or the dev know that okay because the current user experience is or like the onboarding of the login flow is pretty much like slow and it can like drop off a lot users, let's say like currently it takes like even 30 seconds or sometimes lagging like 1 minute. So because of that, like you as a business or the project coordinator, you want this to be like way like improved and getting better. So you just like need to give the developer or like game developer perspective of like what's the expectation that the users would have or might have, or this is kind of function or this kind of like features would help the experience so much better. So you always like share that perspective instead of like, oh, I want this to be like 10 times faster. Let's say that. But I think you don't actually like know maybe like the current stack that they use cannot be able to handle that. But you give them the context of like why you want this to be happen, and then they're gonna understand okay why that person requests that because because like she or he like wants to achieve a better user experience, or then like they also want it. So you two align on the same goals of deliver the same better values to the users. Um, yeah, that's how I think like you should be grounded with that kind of conversation um, as first. Um, yeah, so I think that's not really that needs expertise here, but like the more you do it, the more like you feel like be comfortable with it as well. So I would say that it's not really about like expertise, but more like just keep doing it. But make sure that the conversation you have is more like giving the people that you discuss with a context of what you actually want to do, instead of giving the these let's say like the what, like giving them the why, but don't see give them the what, because your what might be different from the dev what, because as long as the why is the same and the goal is the same, then the what, which means that the solution can do, they mean the dev can have maybe a different way work around, but it can achieve the same goal. So as long as you be grounded with that, then not just that, but like every other like people who have the opposite expertise, we can all like work and talk and communicate together effectively. I would say that's from my personal like experience.
Yeah, that's actually very good advice for myself as well because I'm working on this underdog and working with
Mm,
people and stuff. So
mm.
thank you. I appreciate that. Like I definitely like take that advice to heart, and I think like
Being right.
that's also like can be. So just one last question, like what is the lowest point for you, like or like there's just lowest point you think that you can
Mm,
mention while working
mm.
on overall like.
Um, lowest point. Okay. Um, well, I mean, I'm having like a reflection, big reflection right now. I mean, there's a lot of low points for sure. And it's more about like because the context is like we or like myself not started the entire like game development journey just by myself, but like a small team. And then like from the beginning I always wanted to or do a startup with like a proper team. So the 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 burden or like all the high and low is very different in different contexts to like even me and other people. Oh, BK is speaking now. Are you speaking, BK? By the way, sorry, just to interrupt. In case you wanna. Okay, BK probably not. I can't speak now. Okay. Yeah, BK, feel free to jump in as well. So I don't have to speak alone because I believe that you have this as well. Anyway, back to the low point. I think like personally, um, um, I mean, as a founder and like and then and have a like a team like working together. I think a lot of like a low point or like a burden is way more in a way of like you have a team, just not like solo. So there's a lot of responsibility or like the expectation that um, you might or like I did have, and then which makes me a lot of like stress or like always makes me like or have to like way doing it way much better or like keep doing better. So be and I keep being like more a perfectionist rather than just like keep pushing out stuff or like keep uh, opening up more, say about like the difficulties or like except to be like it's okay to be like launch something or give us something and it failed, which is okay. So I think a lot of point more, low point more like a personal stressful situation
Hmm.
ish, um, especially for game because you're like, am I my game is not is that good enough or like is the game or even when the game is good, which is I strongly believe that our game is good, but also like oh, are we gonna be able to like distribute this good enough to compare or like the same level of like this good like game that we design? So there's a lot of like these like different lows point from the beginning to like even until now of like pre-launch, you about to launch, after launch, and different phase of launching. So I think that we can also know this well as well. So I think
Hmm.
like there's a lot of low point. But I would say like the good side or how you see the low point is like what actually like the first reason you wanted to do this and think about it and then like and then that what's like makes you keep motivated to move
Mm.
forward. And then like what is the end goal? Like let's say like what's your imagine of like what's the game success looking like? Let's say even you have like 100 people using it, 10,000 people, 100,000 million of people using it. Is that the picture that you want to like have it in your mind and you actually want it? Then just keep doing it because um, it takes times. And what I normally say to a lot of people in playing who might already like heard it so many times is like good thing take times. And for game, I think for different game genre, there's a different timeline of each game as well. Um, but at the same time, like trying to have like small celebration. Don't burden yourself a lot with like a lot of pressure. I think we all have it, but it's okay to just like celebrate like small
Mm.
like wins. Um, it's a good way to like cheer you up and then like actually giving you more like room to breathe of like what's you need to moving forward. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
a bit like beware, but like yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
my low look on that.
So
But yeah.
I definitely have one more question like to continue with that. So obviously, like you jump into game with like you're not like you're just fresh out university and you have internship in gaming industry. It doesn't work like that. And so there will be like there's be Facebook community, Vietnamese Facebook community, and like some communities that they kind of like don't take people jump in the middle like that like seriously because some of them have 10 year experience and they start out like even in 17 or 13 or 18 and they build
Mm,
up and so how do you deal with that threat like not good enough or like like a zero down like not just like jumping for to gaming in the like after you have like in a later time not in your like a younger day teenage or early 20 is already difficult and then you also jump in into like an industry like crypto that is very volatile and like people still saying like it's scam and it's like not going anywhere so like you got like a double kind of pressure on your shoulder so like how do you deal with that and how you kind of keep yourself motivated to keep going.
mm. Well, I think there's a lot of like point in that question. Let me let me think of how to cover it.
Yeah, I asked for myself
Okay,
too because I'm having the
yeah,
pressure.
yeah. I mean, the good side of this whole journey of like myself was like, I don't work for anyone. Um, for this path as a game, like I mean, like as a game industry in general. So I work for myself, or like I work for like actually like no one. So I don't have the burden of like, oh, you're not good, like your CV or your profile is not how to say it's not like suitable or it's not accepted. So no one can say that to me, at least yet. But actually, like the funny part is like even like 2 3 years after graduation, I did have a lot of offers from like game industry, and I was like from Game Loft, um, from even like Free Fire because they were like headhunting for a marketer or like the game launching the community because I was working a lot in marketing before joining I mean like startup and tech in general. So that was my expertise. But because of that, I think that's a good side of like no one's gonna judge you or me. Secondly is like I think to be honest, I think the 20 people gonna look at like a 30 or 40s and say, oh, they have so much like experience or like they have so much like let's say relationship like networks like life experience for them to actually like very calm like seeing this. I do hear this a lot from like Chinese people or like early graduate or like even still in uni. Um, I mean, in the meantime, from the other side, like right, like us, like the 30 people who do startup late and doing the game industry was like, oh, they're so young, like they're so fresh, and they don't have like anything like in the background. There's no one to judge. You don't have to like scare. You just do it whatever you can. So I think it's always like the people from different um, context or background will always like see the good side from the other good side or the advantage side from the other perspective as well, other group of people. We always like that's very natural human behavior, which is totally fine. But how you would deal with that is like, okay, that's what their strength, but like what's my strength? From 20s, you have nothing to really lose, you have really nothing to like fail. And I know that current society is like people, there's a lot of like successful people at a very young age, but it's not like everyone. It's only like very like 1.1 on like 0.01 like percent of the like society. So it's okay, don't have to pressure yourself, because I think different people have different like time zone. That's how my normal works would be. Is like there's people who like very successful at the age of like 25. There's also people who success at like age of 40, even 50, which is fine. Um, because different people have really whole different context. If you're lucky enough, you like what you're doing and you land a job that you love, you're passionate about, that's great. But it's okay, you don't have to. Um, but as long as you be better every day and you actually even you do something that you don't even love, because I know a lot of like so many story about like indie game or like game developer who used to work other job and they don't like it, but I believe they did the best where why they doing that as well, because they can learn expertise, they have like more like network with people, and that's actually like a path like that can contribute to whatever the futures that you want to do as well. So don't have to worry. And uh, so that's for my case. I to be honest, I don't really have a lot of like pressure from like looked out from everyone, but I do have like a lot of like pressure as a um, let's say if you have the studio or you have like a team. So this is the pressure of like as a leadership, not really like game in general, because I believe that like for me I'm not really afraid of like any industry that I can involve in. I don't know even futures what industry I'm gonna be involving in with, but even so, right? If you're confident about yourself, any expertise, everything is like contribute to anything that you can do. It's not like you fix at one industry. I don't believe that that's how like a normal like a nowadays society works. Whatever you do at other industry is always have like a soft skill or like even I call it like hard skill as well that contribute to another, because any industry you can all learn. It's just like knowledge. It's not like rocket science, and you can all learn it. So it's okay. So I didn't have to like overcome these, but yeah, like managing team and being a leader is a whole different like path. It's not really just like industry, whatever. So that's the only thing that I worry about the most, and I think I'm still learning as a proper first time powder in my late like 20 when I started, and now I'm in my 30 as well. There's so much to learn, but at the same time, there's people who at 40s and thinking me or like BK we are like 30s, like oh they 10 years younger than us. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
always that.
Oh, yeah. That's very, yeah. Thank you. That's like a really helpful insight. Definitely gonna take that to the heart as well. Uh, I forgot. I was meant to ask something more, but like I kind of forgot the question now. Because you want to ask something or you want to add anything?
Oh, those are actually really good points. Like as a first time founder or like someone who is starting up with their first indie game should keep in mind. It's like it's a journey. Yeah, it can have pauses. It can like get started after like small breaks. But if you are building your indie game, then yeah, make sure you find a path and like navigate through that. If you have passion, just don't give up on it. Yeah, that's
Mm.
what I said. Yeah.
I agree. And Eric bit point to that is like also like what you do and learn how to like market your product as well, or like how to sell your product. It's not I believe that's something that everyone can learn. Even like, I mean, I also need to learn it. Even like there's a lot of question about like game dev, solo dev, or and they actually like really have the entrepreneurial mindset where they like solo, but they be able to like go there, pitch to people, how to like rework the game from like prototype to like a demo, and because they want it happen, so they just do whatever that they can to make it happen. So it's not really like um, you cannot do it. Just keep learning it and be wise on like what thing to do and be have a strategy around it. to like doing it's failed, try the other one, but because you have reason why you're doing so, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wondering.
Okay, please continue. Oh no, I'm just like remember what I want to ask. So you meant,
Please, please continue.
yeah. So you mentioned that like what make you like a treasure more this responsibility, like as a leader. So my question is like, do you think like that being a leader or like having that responsibility guide you to be like a better like person, or like just navigate
Um,
you to be better, because when you are indie and you are solo, you can be more reckless and like because like if something go wrong, like you can pack your stuff, you leave and you start something new like solo. But like as a team and responsibility, you don't want to do that, and you want to like because you also want to your team to move forward with you, and you kind of take everything get heavier, something like that. Do you think so? You
yeah.
feel like that?
Um, to be honest, yes and no. Um, Definitely a yes for sure. Because if you don't have like that responsibility or like that burden, it's hard for you to actually like, carry the team because you need to have that burden and stress to like keep you moving forward. But I would love to mention about the opposite side first. At the beginning is like um, even because the thing is like there's a lot of big, I would say like very successful people who successful like CEO leading like even thousands of like people. um but at the end of the day, like right, it's still like a one single person. It's okay for you to like even give up. um I'm not saying like give up, but more like walking away, because at the end of the day, right, different people have different like life and like responsibility. So and life keep moving on. And you have to start with something that with the mindset of like without you it can still run. I mean, of course, it might sound like a bit weird at like indie stage or like a solo stage, but if you choose the path of like you're gonna have team, you're gonna lead, like you're gonna open up a company, you have like a proper like like that path, like entrepreneurship, then that's something you should have from the beginning. Um, just to like even it's not like let's say like from the first 5 years it doesn't make any sense, but you need to have that at first. So because of that, which means you can walk away anytime. Then because of that, you need to set up like a system or the team or the workflow or everything that you can like separate from that. I would not say you don't have to do anything afterwards, but it's more like you have to have that mindset. Um, because like even there's a lot of like circumstance in life that maybe like this product can like you have a lot. There's so many reasons that like you might be like separate from each other, um, which is fine. But I'm just saying that part first. But like on the other side, for sure, being an entrepreneur, um, I would say like um, it puts you a lot of pressure, but at the same time if you choose to be in that path, and that's the price come with it, and you have to like really, it's not like a pinky dreaming whatever like life at all. For sure it's gonna be like harsh, but at the same time you choose that path, which means like you choose the hard way, but also like the most rewarding um life or period of time in your life as a human being, because not as many people are brave enough or even like don't have like the context or the the, the, the luxury to start as an entrepreneur. Um, so they already have to cope with like just whole different path, different challenge, different difficulties. And let's say if you work 9 to 5, you don't actually have those. You don't even actually have like the headaches, I would say, or the difficulties that you're gonna face with. So definitely gonna make you a way whole different person, and very better person as well, from the perspective that you have a whole experience, like different experience than a lot of most of the people in the world. To be honest, I'm not sure like you can be like better at first, afterward, but at least you have the whole experience that is different from others, and you always see it, and you always have like these headache, these stress because you chose that path instead of being like 9 to 5 or like more routine ish daily life. So yeah.
Damn, that's some good stuff. Like that's definitely good stuff. Okay, thank you very much, like Sister Zhang. Yeah, I was yeah, thank you.
Actually,
Yeah, do you want to add anything, BK? Yeah.
actually, it's just not only the founders, like in the indie phase, right? When the team starts working with you, everyone tends to come out of that 9 to 5 mindset. No one stays in that mindset. Everyone gets into a zone of okay, we got to ship this or we need to push this, and that teamwork is also a lot fun. When you also get into this entrepreneur role. It is challenging, but if you hit that equilibrium right and you have the right team, then that is the best case scenario for any indie teams to have.
Yeah.
I'm actually very happy to say most of the indies here and Zhang she has got an amazing team that they poured their heart and soul into this. So yeah, I just want to divert that to this question. So congrats on your second launch first. You
Oh,
have
thank you.
recently finished the game, and you have posted a lot of tweets about how your journey with the initial communities, the waves of issues you guys are resolving, and you also pushed a lot of updates as well, immediately after 3 to 4 days of publishing. So yeah, any insights and any news on that so that we can have some inputs because almost all the other indies are also launching and there are so many new game developers that are building game here.
Mm,
So it be
yeah.
a very good to understand
Mm.
that now.
So for any audience here is like I mean in the meantime like during this time like develop your own game and of course maybe like you're gonna launch on the Solana mobile secret phone like in the very near future or even within this time frame. Um, I don't have like a big like advice checklist for you. But there's few things that I can share maybe like from my perspective from the CS like first the Solana secret phone. Um, I would say it's also like a new device developed by like Solana. So even the phone itself is like let's say like the phone is new and it needs like apps for people to actually like using it more like the daily like daily usage because there's a lot of people um just still treat like the Solana mobile phone as a second phone for like even like straightforward right for airdrop for even for like native Web3 and stuff. But they don't actually like use it for like game purpose. I mean that's pretty much straightforward. Um, but eventually for the hardware device, you need like apps. Just from the early day from Apple, right? From when they first like launched the smartphone, they have a lot of like developer grants for people to build apps on their like smartphone because it's very new. So they actually have to like encourage people to do so, which means it's okay for your app or your game. It's not fully completed. Treat that as a way or channel that already have users, and they, I would say, like they are not. They're pretty much like generous to use the project, to use your product or use the game, and not over criticize it because they all know even the phone they're using is the device maybe like there's some maybe thing it come from the device itself, not from your app or from your game performance. Second, and second is like they were three people and the phone that they're using also very new. So the mindset is like from them is already very good, so they're not gonna be like so judgeable, but also they're very open to share opinion and feedbacks. So just don't afraid. Just release it. If you think the current version that you have is kind of like represent what your game is look like, or like almost very close to what you think, it's fine. Just release it. And even so, it's okay to not even have like a complete feature, even like wallet sign in, because I know that a lot of people think because it's a most on mobile phone device, you need to have wallet sign. It's okay. We launch, and a lot of big like, project actually launch the D app on a mobile without any wallet sign yet, because there's a lot of people don't even have the phone. So it's even trickier if you actually have a wallet without you actually testing on actual device, so you don't have enough QC. Um, so which is might be a bit like risky in the future, right? Because wallet integration and connect also might impact. So it's better not even having it if you don't have enough time or like room to like test it. Which is why because when you read the docs from the Sona like mobile phone like thing, they don't actually require you to have my wallet to submit the app. So don't afraid to do so. So yeah, just I mean that's pretty much like my few cents on like just first like we just release it because you gonna already have an audience with pretty much like free money and like free zero like not like free money it's how should I put like zero marketing fee, and people are gonna give you feedback, and they're not gonna like damn you with all the criticize. So it's fine. As long as, of course, as long as if there's no like fund, whatever, like there's no token, just purely the app, it's fine. Even you get like 5%, 1% from the user, it's already like good because it's zero marketing fee. Mm.
It's a pretty good test bed for anyone to actually get into and keep updating, and I'm sure for most of the participants who are participating in this hackathon, or most of the indies, you're not familiar with publishing in App Store or App Store before, or even Steam or Epic Games. So this is a small and curated community, and you have a lot of support in deployment as well. Other indies can help you out on how to deploy and these things, and you can also try to bring in teams to deploy. If you are launching on mobile, if you are launching on PC, then we are also figuring out a way to distribute that through discovery portals, give a public page to all the participants by the hackathon. So there will be every week progress update from you guys. You can update the form, give all the details, post your images, screenshots, videos, and link to the game for people to try out. So that will be directly visible on the portal from 15th, and we can even start playtests and getting that initial community in. So yeah, we're pretty excited for that. Last 1 week has been kind of a very locked in phase for us. We had to push all the dogs APIs of our retro market as well. So now getting some breathing space. So I think within tomorrow after the kickoff session, I think yeah, we are going to start with the whole program and stuff. So
Yeah,
we'll,
very
yes,
excited. Yeah, I think um I mean, at least like the entire hackathon, the underdog is like the people who is running it, and even all the mentors. They're all like people who actually building games, and they start from the same stage as you, or even like even lower than you as well when they started. So we all understand like how like we speak the same language. I would say so in general. It's not like it's not like we already like super successful or what. Like, I would just say that we are more like senior. I would say, and we face more stuff because we have more a little bit more like time span to do this game development and within Solana. So it's like we navigate a bit better and we have like more clues and info and mistake that we learned to give you all. Um, so it's very good way. So don't afraid or don't hesitate to like really chat. Even like I think in the next couple of days, like we're gonna give out the mentors like meetings swap time that weekly that you can also like book with anyone, including me, Kayla, and anyone else. So feel free to come with us anytime. Um, I mean, within the time frame of the hackathon, is good, but don't have the burden of like this is like whatever indicators that indicates your success. It's just a occasion for you to speak on or like really focus on okay what are the things that you wanna like show off in that short period of time. You don't even have to like complete the entire game. You just maybe even focus on the prototype or even like the idea, even like paper sketch, whatever thing that you can do at first. So it can like come from like the mockup and then you just like videoing it, like animation, anything that represents the idea, which is already very good. You don't even have to like start with a coding. Um, even so, I mean, it sounds like crazy, but like again, hackathon is about it's an occasion for you to list out all the things most important that you need to focus. Let's say you have no more time, that this is only few weeks left, and you need to like sell people. And second is it's also like give you the room for like learning how to pitch to other people about your idea and how would they be involving it and help you with. So yeah. So don't be afraid to like talk and like ask questions.
Hmm. Thank
Right.
you. So I think we should add the calendarly of the mentor in the meet the mentor, and then I think anyone that interested in chatting more, then they can book the calendar. Is that work for you guys?
No, no. Actually, what we are planning to do is the developers are already working on this. So there will be a dashboard opening for all the registered participants, so they can have access to all the mentor calendars over there. So we have all the mentor names. We'll be adding, so they can just click on the mentor. If they are signed in, they can book a slot. So we just need to collect the slots from all the vendors and make it available. That's it.
Okay. So
Yeah. Because over there then we can have only the registered participants booking the slots. But over here, like we also have people who are not registered, right? So we just want to curate this only for the participants so that we can give the best time possible with them.
okay. I think we can end the live stream here. It's been so unless anyone have any more question, Gamble Force typing. So let's check Twitter if there are any more question.
Yeah, Twitter.
Oh, we also have a Twitter live stream here. I forgot.
Yeah, this is going live in YouTube, Twitter.
And YouTube too.
I think in the next 1 or 2 days it will get more polished so that we can maybe even create some shorts and push it so that the key points are noted to people. So
Mm, yeah. If any question on Twitter, yeah, we should like answer before we end the
yeah,
call.
Gamble Force say he apologize. Why you apologize?
what happened?
What? Because you haven't done your account about it. Oh,
Ah, it's okay. I know. I mean, um, before Web Three Live, after Web Three Live, everyone called me a boy, so I get used to it. Because I've been working in this industry where like, I mean, male is dominant. That's fine. I take it.
okay. At least he apologized. So, do you forgive him, Azar?
Yeah, forgive them.
Okay.
And I guess a him. I mean, again, it might be a woman. I don't know, but yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, that's a Gamble Force. He. So, I.
Mm,
Okay.
gotcha.
Cool then. Thanks for your time, Zach, and those are very interesting insights. And I think excited to jam with all the participants along with you all. Let's see how
Yeah.
things go and what we can cook. Yeah.
Yeah, excited.
Okay. Thank
Excited
you,
about the
everyone.
upcoming weeks.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you for having me. Bye bye, guys.